It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. This is the Action Sports Jax Postgame Show, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Celebration time in Jacksonville, FLA. Oh, Indy, you don't like coming down here. Not a happy road trip. Jags shut out the Indianapolis Colts by a final score of 24-0. The Jaguars franchise's first shutout since, well, they played Indianapolis in 2018 and 2017. What I'm trying to say is we own the Colts. Everybody did it at TIAA Bank Field. First place has never seemed so good, has it? Finally, somebody in the AFC South has a win, and it happens to be your Jacksonville Jaguars. How about that one? What a performance today. It all came together. I mean, it all came together. Hey, Liv, producer Liv, back at the shop. In my ear, I'm listening to football. So if you could take that out, otherwise I'm just going to go absolutely crazy for the next 40 minutes. Okay, now I hear myself, so that's going to have to be fixed as well. So we'll keep working and we'll get there. I'm about to pull out the plug, though. We got that, what we call it is mixed minus in the business. Just wanted to tell you. As we get that fixed, thank you. I'll tell you all about Trevor Lawrence and what a performance that young man had. Did he silence the critics today? Maybe a little bit. How about this? 26 of 31. 241 yards, 2 touchdowns. What a performance. You missed that last one, Liv. 26 of 31. I got him out of here, kiddo. Also ran for 11. And, man, Matt Ryan got beheaded today by a ferocious defensive effort that totally stopped the Indianapolis Colts. In fairness to Indy, they're missing some guys. I don't think it would have mattered today. Josh Allen, the turnover machine defense, took care of business. 3 interceptions of Matt Ryan, who suddenly looked very old out there today. And the Jaguars get the victory 24-0. All right, it's the postgame show. We got a lot coming up throughout. We're going to hear from Doug Pederson on his first win as a head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hopefully we'll hear from Trevor Lawrence as well. And we'll hear from a host of players that Brent is gathering, what we like to say, sound in the locker room right now. But let's look back at what a perfect day it was for the Jaguars as Trevor was sharp on the very first drive, baby. 8 of 8 for 61 yards and a touchdown. Christian Kirk, oh, I like that guy too, okay? How good was he today? Well, he had 2 touchdowns, 6 catches, and 78 yards. Wow, that is impressive. Also today, James Robinson, 37-yard touchdown. You know what's amazing? The Jags stuck with the run, and they didn't have much success except for that one Robinson touchdown run. They really did not run the ball well, and that's what's amazing about this dominating victory. James Robinson had 23 carries for just 64 yards. Travis Etienne had 8 carries for 14 yards. Lawrence had the best yards per carry of anybody on the team. 3 rushes for 11 yards, 3.7 yards per carry. It all added up to the Jaguars' victory. They took over this game from the first play, and they carried it until the very end. I asked on Twitter, most impressive Jags performance since, ? And a lot of you responded. I even got one 62-7. That was against the Dolphins in 1999. All right, we've had a few others since then, but it's been a long time with the Jaguars, a long time in watching this team, and this team needed this win. This franchise needed this win. You know who else needed this win? This city, because you know what happens now? I'll be honest with you. Small crowd, right? For opening day, small crowd, all right? But you play like that, and you'll bring them back. And I don't blame them. Lousy weather, rainy, on TV. I'm not going to go. I'll wait. It changes the whole complexion of the season right now. With this victory, instead of, we talked about this in the pregame, you cannot be 0-2. You cannot be 0-2. 0-2 in the NFL is a death sentence, gang. It's no bueno. If you go to 0-2, okay, if you go to 0-2, you only have a 12% chance of making the playoffs. The last 118 teams that started 0-2, only 12 of them have made the postseason. So now let's take a look here. Now suddenly, all right, we're 1-1. Now look, we got to go to the Chargers. Really good team. But Herbert's banged up. Does he play? Does he not play? What if we split the Chargers and the Eagles? What if we look it up in a couple more weeks and we're 2-2? Well, then we got the Texans and the Colts, and you got a real chance to make some noise in this division. What if you beat the Texans at home, which you should do? What if somehow you're 3-2, and then you go to Indy and you win, and you're 4-2, and then you come back here and beat the Giants and you're 5-2? All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. But that's because I have a couple bets out there with some friends, and I need the wins. I need the wins. You see, I got to get to 6. I get to 6 and I'm gold. That's just between us, though. Don't tell anybody that. So anyway, the point is this. This is the easier part of the schedule. We do have to play the Broncos, Raiders, and Chiefs back to back to back in the end of October, early November. That's tough. One's in London, one's at home, and one is away. Eesh. And then we come back after the bye and we get the Ravens. So, look, we'll keep looking. There's the Lions, a trip to Detroit, who looking good today. The Titans play on Monday night. Hopefully they lose to Buffalo. The Cowboys here. The Jets away. The Texans away. And suddenly, maybe this team can get some wins. Maybe this team can be in the hunt as we head into late November, early December. So that's kind of the hope and the plan for this Jacksonville Jaguars football team. But back to today's game. Talked a little bit about the offense. I thought Trevor Lawrence, best game as a pro, right? And certainly the game plan was to nickel and dime the Colts and Gus Bradley's defense to death, because that's what we did. We kept moving the chains, baby. We kept moving the chains, and that was a thing of beauty. Trevor took what they gave him, and it was smart. He stayed patient. He threw a couple touchdowns. He was efficient, and he was 25 of 31. 31 divided by 25 real quick, Stuart. You got a 1,500 on your SAT. What is 31 divided by 25? That's over 70%, right? It's really good. It's really good. So we'll get those numbers later. Stewart's not the same as he was when he was a precocious 18. 83%, he tells me. 83. Thank you, Stewart. So 83% completion percentage. That has to be a career high for Trevor. The yards were there. The guys broke some tackles. How about Evan Engram? How about Evan Ingram's first down to keep a drive going where Gilmore got him and he just bowled his way of 4 or 5 more yards to get that first down? I'm telling you, it was a great team win. We had penalty problems a week ago. Did we have penalty problems today? I don't think so. The only thing missing, and we almost hit it, was a deep ball. Trevor almost kind of jumped up and threw one to Agnew. I thought it went through his hands in the end zone. I'm not sure exactly what happened from my vantage point. It kind of looked like it went through his hands, and they missed that one deep ball. But other than that, man, what a stellar day. And listen, Doug Pederson was right a little bit about last week in terms of the run-pass discrepancy against Washington. We all felt like maybe they should have run it more. Well, today he stuck with the run, and see the good things that happened again. It wasn't that effective. We had a 37-yard run for a touchdown by James Robinson, but that was about it in the ground game. All right? Guys averaging less than 2 yards, less than 3 yards a carry. Doesn't matter. The balance was there, kept them guessing. There you see it. Very good, Liv. 23 of 64 for Robinson. ETN, 9 for 20. Again, Liv, I got him 8 for 14, but he got that last 6-yard run maybe. Kirk led the team in receptions, and again, Evan Engram was 7 for just 46 yards. But again, and you know what was great about Evan Engram? He caught them all, man. They kept throwing to him, and he caught them all. So we're waiting. Doug Pederson, his first win as Jaguars head coach. With that victory, he moves closer to Gus Bradley in the all-time wins. That was a little joke, a little pot shot, right? That wasn't fair. Wasn't nice. But anyway, here's the thing I love about this offense. The play calls, the flow, the set you up, the run when you think they're going to pass, the pass when you think they're going to run. You can tell Doug Pederson has a vast experience and knowledge and success. A lot of guys have experience, not a lot of guys have success as a play caller. So let's go to the inside the stadium and listen in on Coach Pederson on his first career win.
Nothing that you see on tape, right? It's about us. It's about being physical, right, and just understanding to stay disciplined in your run fits and your eye discipline on things. And our guys did a great job, just rallying to the ball, getting him on the ground. It was a focus for us this week in practice, and just a credit to how hard our guys worked to understand and then eliminate the run.
Offensively, what were you able to offensively? I'm sorry. What did you have in your game plan that kind of limited you from taking the shots downfield? I saw a lot of underneath, intermediate type stuff. Was that game plan, or was that more in reaction to what they were doing? It
was a little both, and Gus Bradley's he's great at what he does, and what I appreciate about Gus and his scheme is they kind of just show you one thing. He'll mix it, but he'll show you one thing, and you got to stay completely disciplined with going against a guy like Coach Bradley. And I thought our guys did that. Trevor was efficient, got the ball out of his hand. Some of it was by play call and design to help him a little bit. And we had moments where we had some shots dialed. It just for whatever reason we also had them alerted to some runs, and they took it away, so we had to run the football in those situations. So it's hard to, express that and explain that when obviously when you're not in a game plan meeting and understanding kind of what we're trying to get done.
Both sides of the ball right out of the gate, really clicking for you today, Doug. As a coach, can you feel it, especially offensively, early in the game, that it's going to work on this particular day?
You hope. You got a lot of football left, and it's a 60-minute game, and you just got to take them one play at a time. And one thing I learned a long, long time ago is you never get too high and you never get too low. It's a 60-minute football game. Listen, they were down, I think, 20-3 last weekend and came back and tied that football game. So anything is possible. We just have to stick to our process and stick to what we're doing.
And I know it's an old adage, but I wonder if it's true. Always been told that coaches learn the most about their team between game one and game two. Did you learn anything about your football team today?
I just learned that this group is eager to win. They want to win, and they put in the hard work during the week. And that's something that I've been very proud of this group and really appreciate what they've done and how they've been able to take the mistakes from a week ago and sort of minimize them going into this week and really attacking the game plan and really just attacking their job.
Coach over here, first drive of the game, you had a fourth down in situation. I think it was a 4th and 4, and you went for it at that point. Was that more of to push them to that confidence level that you need them to be, because you dominated the time of possession today? Yeah, it's just a credit to the guys. Execution there. I think it was a great throw and catch to Zay Jones to get the first down. And again, it's we were in one of those areas of the field where it's a little bit gray, too long for a field goal and maybe too short for a punt, and you're okay if you don't make it, but I'm gonna try to be as aggressive as possible. Give our guys opportunities. I think once we got that one and another one after that, it just kind of felt comfortable for them, and we just got to continue to work those scenarios and prepare our football team that way, and it does help the confidence of the team. When you do go for one on 4th down and you get it and stay on the field, and we ended up with points there.
Doug, there was a little chatter last week, some of it by people like us, about Trevor's accuracy issues. But today, I'm sure this is his best completion percentage of his career. But did you guys work on anything in particular, rhythm, timing stuff? You talked about the pitch and runs. Did you, and in practice, though, did he really get diligent about trying to improve his accuracy?
Every week we work on that kind of stuff, and try to be as efficient as possible. And, my hat's off to, Press Taylor, the coordinator, and Jim Bob, Mike McCoy, the guys, and for really, putting together a great plan and really helping Trevor. That's something that we kind of, as a coaching staff, kind of take away, even from the week before, and we got to help our guys, right? We just can't just, throw a bunch of plays out there and expect them to execute. We've got to help them, right? So that's why we practice. That's why we go out and do the things we do. And I thought Trevor really did an outstanding job today, getting the ball out of his hand. He saw things really well. There were a lot of catch, break tackles, get first downs, things like that. He threw hot a couple times. So those are all the things that he's capable of doing. And yeah, we continue to work on that stuff, every week.
Doug, defensively, we've been talking about how good this defense could be for a while now. Was this maybe more of what you thought it could be than last week? Yeah, I mean, they played extremely well. We know Indy was down a couple of their pass catchers and good pass catchers. So who knows? But I tell you what, my hat's off to Mike Caldwell. Great defensive plan. The guys were, they executed it during the week in practice. And again, that's kind of, to me, that's where you win football games, is during the week, and then you just go out and execute the plan. And for them to fly around today and do the things they did, get after the quarterback, create turnovers, all the things we talk about, we saw it. And things are starting to kind of, I think, click for guys, and still a lot of football ahead of us. We've got to play this team again, and we just got another great opponent next week.
Coach, we know that this is a passing league now, but we saw what seemed to be a concerted effort to really maintain balance today. I think 30 pass attempts, 37 run attempts. Was that in the back of your mind, or were you just calling the game in the flow?
I seem to learn from experience, but you do what it takes to win. Bottom line, you do what it takes to win. If that means running it 37 times or 47 times, 50 times or 10 times, you do what it takes to win the football game, right? And it was just a great opportunity. And again, credit the offensive line. Phil Rauscher had those guys prepared, and good. It was good balance overall. It was great balance for us.
Coach Will Brown, WJCT News. When you were hired, you talked about the process, and you said it would take a while to kind of get to where you wanted to go, and you needed some patience from the fans. But to be able to have a performance like this in the home opener, how much do you think that this will keep fans engaged and keep that bond between the team and the fans stronger than it might have been in previous years?
Yeah, I think I thought we had a really good crowd today. They got loud on a couple of those defensive fourth down plays, in the second half, and that was good to see the guys out there. I think listen, you get paid to win games, right? You win, the fans show up. I'm a fan. I want to go watch a winner, so I'll pay money to go see a winner, right? So we have to just win games. This is a great start today. There's a lot of football left, but the crowd was excellent today. Hats off to them. They showed up even after the rainstorm there in the first half. But credit to them, and hopefully we can keep the momentum.
Doug, apologize if you've already been asked, except for the deep ball.
So refreshing to have a coach like Doug Pederson, guy with NFL experience. Like I've said all along, he's brought stability to this franchise. It was so desperately needed after the Urban Meyer debacle. And, you think back now, he had a gutsy call early in the game. And I was thinking punt. I'll be honest with you. In fact, I even said punt on Twitter. 4th and 3 or 4, midfield, early in the game. Hey, man, saw something there you liked. Wanted to keep the drive going, got a first down. Jags would go down and score, and ended up getting the victory. That 7 points was really all they needed today, wasn't it? So impressive words by Doug Pederson. All right, we got other guys. Brent's in the locker room. Devin Lloyd just had his first career NFL interception. Boy, that defense gets some turnovers. I think 6 now in 2 weeks. Let's hear from the rookie from Utah.
How good does it feel for us to get a W around here, man?
Man, that was just a great team win. I mean, from start to finish, I feel like the team, we were just all on the same page. We were all ready, and we came out and we all executed at a high level, so couldn't be more proud.
Kind of, I guess, when you're planning the game plan and practicing, it's kind of what it's supposed to look like, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's what we work hard for, and so, to go out and do it, we're proud, but it's on to the next.
You get the pick. You get a nice little deflection here from Foley, I think, and what's it mean to you get that first interception?
Yeah, shout out to Foley, man. It's a great feeling, it's what you work for. Just really to keep the momentum in our favor. to keep the momentum going on our side. And I mean, it felt good. It felt amazing. So I'm ready to get back to work.
It's a fast learning curve for you. You're just 8 quarters into the NFL, but you feel like you're learning fast.
Yeah, I feel like so. I put a lot of work in, in college, and I feel like it's helping me right now. And so I'm just going to continue to try to get better.
You guys think this defense can be like that, right? I mean, last year 9 turnovers. You got 6 already in 2 games. I mean, it's a game changer.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something Coach harps on every week. Turnovers, getting the ball out. I mean, really every day at practice. So when it's on our mind, the opportunities are in the air. We got to take advantage of them.
All right, what a performance by the defense today. We talked about a first shutout since they shut out the Indianapolis Colts in 2018 and the Indianapolis Colts in 2017. The 18 game, I believe, was that 6-0 barn burner with Cody Kessler and Balake Bortles, if I'm not mistaken. But we go from Devin Lloyd to Folorunso Fatukasi. Brent caught up with him a couple moments ago to talk more about the Jaguars' defensive effort today.
Well, hey, man, how good does that feel? First Jag win and in dominating fashion.
Man, it feels amazing. I thank God, for just the opportunity for being able to come out and be able to just compete hard with the guys, next to me. It's important. It's hard to win in this league and to come out with a victory against a great divisional opponent like that. You can tip your hat off, but then understand that we got to get back to work.
You had to hold the rope a few times for that shutout. Does that mean something to you guys on the defensive end of things?
Yeah, it does. Like I said, they're a great team. They do well at what they do. So whenever you can hold a team like that, it's just where they were. It's important. You kind of hold your head up. But once again, I think as good as that win felt, we'll take the time to enjoy it, but then understand that we have to get back to work because we're going to go play another great opponent next week.
They brought you here to make plays. You stuffed the run early. You come up with a big deflection so Devin can get his pick at the end. That must feel good to contribute in that way.
Anytime you can step on that field with your brothers, and you all can celebrate and make plays together, of course it's going to feel good. And he's a young guy. He's in his first year, and he got his first pick. It's amazing. How could you not be happy for him? You know what I'm saying? Whether I was involved in it or not. I think it just goes to show how much he takes his job seriously and he prepares. And, the opportunity came and he took advantage of it.
One last one for you. 5 carries, 4 yards in the first half for Jonathan Taylor. Your mantra this whole offseason, stop the run, stop the run. What does that mean to you guys to be able to perform like that against one of the best backs in the league?
It means a lot. Jonathan Taylor is arguably one of the best backs in the league. And I'm going to tip my hat off to him because he runs hard. So for us to be able to come out and just show our grit in the fashion that we were able to show it, like I said, I think we deserve a pat on the back, but understand that, hey, that's over now. Now we have to get ready for the next opponent who's really good.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to tell you this. On the Indianapolis side, there's going to be a lot of introspection, a lot of unrest, and I believe maybe even a coach on the hot seat. What you say? Think about the Colts the last 4 games. End of last year. Lost at home to the Raiders, playoff spot on the line, lost to the Jags. Start the year with a tie with Houston in which they were down 20-3, and they get absolutely annihilated by Jacksonville today. Last 4 games for the Colts are not pretty. They've been trying different quarterbacks. Not sure Matt Ryan's the answer for these guys, man. It's not the Matt Ryan of old. It's tough if they can't protect him. And the Colts offensive line, despite having some big names on it, has not played particularly well. The Jaguars D-line dominated him. At one point, Jonathan Taylor had 5 carries for 4 yards. Robert Irsay, impatient, interesting cat. What will he do with Frank Reich? Is there a coach on the hot seat? I don't know. We're only 2 weeks in. It's a little early, but there is a lot of disappointment. Stuart, tell me who Indianapolis plays next week and the next couple weeks, and we'll see. The Colts have a knack for starting slow throughout their history and coming back. I'm looking now at the Colts. Oh, good Lord. They host the Chiefs next week. 0-2-1. Then they get the Titans. Then they go to the Broncos. Then they get the Jags again. And then they get the Titans again. Wow. it's going to be a tough road to hoe for Indianapolis, especially if those injuries are severe. Remember, they were missing 2 of their receivers today, and they're missing Shaq Leonard, who's like the heart and soul of their defense, but nonetheless, just one guy. So problems in Indy, but they ain't our problems. We're down here saying there's a changing of the guard in the AFC South, baby. Bring on the Tennessee Titans, baby. Nah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just savor our first win or 2 of our last 3. 2 of our last 3 are victories. Did we not beat the Colts to end the season last year? I believe we did. So 2 of our last 3 are dubs for the Jags, and now we set our sights on there's another demon to exercise. It's the West Coast demon. We've got to go out there and slay that thing. Look, I talked to Trent Dilfer this week about Trevor Lawrence and about the Jags. And he lifted my spirit not only about Trevor. I think most of us have remained confident about Trevor, but he lifted my spirit about the Jaguars too. He said, man, those are some big dudes. Those guys are young and hungry. And you know what? Today they showed that. So James Robinson had 23 carries. He actually might have to get into the cold tub after the game. Finally, someone uses him. Let's hear from James Robinson after his 23 carry, 64-yard performance.
James, you guys had 14-play drive, 12-play drive, come off your 8-yard line. I mean, from an offensive perspective, how much confidence does that give you, and how good does it feel to do that?
It just feels good as an offense to know we can move the ball. I mean, we got weapons all around, and just knowing we can march down the field like that, it just feels good.
They loaded you up early, and then you break the 37-yarder. What happened on the play?
I was just being patient. I mean, the O-line got the blocks, and I felt like they were just sitting, waiting for me to make a move, so I kind of just waited for them. And then that let the linemen get on their blocks a little bit, and I just burst the hole.
How much of a struggle was Buckner and some of that interior defensive line for them, for you guys, and how would you say Luke and all those guys in the middle responded?
I think it was kind of on and off. I mean, early in the game, they kind of felt like they were slanting a little bit, getting back there a little bit. But I felt like as the game went on, we were able to trap them up in there. So
Trevor took pretty much everything they gave him. How much maturity kind of does that show, especially with a guy with a big arm wanting to make some big plays?
No, it's smart on his end. I mean, for sure, not forcing anything, and like you said, taking what they give him, and then that just helped us march down the field really easy.
All right, so that's James Robinson, another strong performance. He knows how to get to the end zone. Look, he didn't average a lot of yards per carry, but he made some things happen for the Jaguars. Had a beautiful 37-yard touchdown run that put him up 14-0 at one point, and they cruised to a victory today. What an impressive performance. I am so happy for the Jacksonville fan to have something to cheer about, to come down to the bank for once and to see a victory. And I think it's the start of things to come. I think there's a big season brewing here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And when I say big, look, I'm not going to get carried away. But I think this team, you're going to see a regular NFL team this year. And when I say a regular NFL team, what I mean is you're going to see a team that when we play the Chargers next week, it's not going to be the Jags, the Chargers never punted. It's going to be a game that when we're in the fourth quarter, Jacksonville will have a chance to win. That's what the NFL is all about. Close games, and if we get a big stop defensively, hey, you pull the upset. Or if Trevor leads them on a 2-minute drill, hey, you get a win. Now, there weren't a ton of Trevor doubters, but there are some out there, and they will remain, and that's okay. All right? But today was a positive step forward. What I like is whether he was 25 of 30 or 26 of 31, still trying to confirm, he was at 83% completion percentage. And he threw some beautiful balls today, man. I mean, some great passes. And he also made the easy passes. And that was something that was missing a week ago. You know, on fourth down, he didn't miss this week. Remember, a week ago, maybe he did. So let's hear from Evan Engram, who had 7 catches to lead the team. Again, not a ton of yards, but he caught everything. That's how Doug Pederson likes to use his tight end. And if he just breaks one of them, he has 7 for 80. Instead, he finished 7 for 45. But we'll take it. Here's Evan Engram with Brent after the game.
Evan, you've been in a lot of huddles. How hard is it for a quarterback just to take what they're giving you, take what they're giving you, take what they're giving you, instead of wanting to make that big play?
It's part of the game. And you turn on all the greats. They have the big throws and they have the smart ones too. So it was a big day for Trevor. That defense, they like to play soft. They like to give a lot of grass underneath. And I thought he made a lot of great decisions today. And we still try to take our shots too. So it was a great, efficient day for our offense. And we're still going to go find ways to go get better.
That meant a lot of touches for you as well. What was working?
Just we were in the rhythm. Like I said, that defense, they like to play a lot of they like to give up all the underneath stuff and rally. So we try to take advantage of that as much as possible in our game plan. And I was just using my speed, using my weapons, and trying to just go make plays for my team.
How big of a deal are the 14 play drives, the 12 play drives, coming off your 8-yard line type of thing?
Man, that's just identity. It's just who we want to be. That's who we work to be. And so just for us to, put that on film, that we can go, this is us, like this is what we can do. It's huge. So, like I said, we just got to continue to build on because we can be even better.
The fourth down, midfield-ish, first drive of the game. I mean, it's almost like there's no doubt you're going for it with Doug. He's a very aggressive guy. You guys got to love that.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a culture he's building. That's the identity he's imprinting on us. And, that's how we work. We work great. We work all the situations throughout the week. We have calls and that we work and master for those situations, and we just got to go out and execute.
One last one for you. We see some of the creativity down near the goal line with the Christian play and many more with you involved. I mean, is that fun, when even from your eyes? Because we haven't seen a lot of that around here, to be honest.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. I haven't seen a lot of it either, so it's definitely fun. And, getting everybody involved, all the talent we have in here, I feel like our coaches might have a little gold mine. So, but we're really blessed too. So we work really hard together to go make those plays. So we all deserve it.
Dominating offense, dominating defense, and we even made a field goal of 52 yards today. Riley Patterson was good from 52. That made it 17-0. And again, Doug Pederson pushing the right buttons. Could have went for it on fourth down. Let's kick a field goal, make it a 3-score game. And that's exactly what he did. Gang, it all added up to a wonderful, wonderful day at the bank. Jags win 24-0. Shutout city. Trevor Lawrence, great. And what a day. And then 5 of the first 7 games, underdogs won the game. Oh, the NFL. Parity driven. You got to love it, baby. And we're going to be back tonight to wrap it all up on Action Sports Jax Primetime. It's going to be an epic program tonight, I promise. The boys are going to be fired up, ready to go. It's 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47. You better join us. We'll play a lot of what Trevor Lawrence has to say because we're still waiting on him, so we're going to bid adieu for now as the Jaguars get to 1-1 and are currently all alone in first. Must win for the Titans tomorrow, or the Jaguars, well, the Texans still have to play. I'm counting on them losing. Well, still, if the Texans win, I guess they'd be 1-0-1. So they would be in first place. Well, the heck with the Texans. We got Danger Russ today over there. Come on. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us on the postgame show. Jaguars, winners today at the bank, baby. What a performance. 24-0. We'll see you tonight on Action Sports Jax Primetime. This is Hicken signing off for now. Talk to you tonight.
It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jax postgame show. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
Every Monday night, we're filling this seat with your favorite Jaguars player.
To talk all things Jags.
Live from Sneaker Sports Grill.
It's Jags Report Live.
With raw, real reactions from the players.
And Rowdy Jag Nation rocking behind us. There's no other place to be on Monday nights. Live from Sneakers.
It's Action Sports Jax, Jags Report Live. Mondays at 7 on Fox 30.
Brought to you by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
I'm Mark Anajar. And I'm Glenn Levine. Catch the Jags Report Live every Monday on your home of the Jags.